YouTube. Um, so after the other night's introduction, I felt that there was a need to elaborate and let you guys know really where this is coming from. Pretty much in general, um, I started smoking pot when I was a kid, like everyone else, and that led to um, pills, which led to heroin eventually, and then um, there was crack. I smoked crack for a couple years. There was a good 6 years where I was just doing drugs, and I missed a lot of my life. I missed from the ages of um, 16 to 22. I'm 26 right now. I've been sober. I've been sober 4 years, and you know, I tried to find myself in that time, and I think that's what the snakes. And I went through other phases. I went through phases with going to the gym, and um, I went through phases with um, what else did I do? I had a motorcycle. I was into motorcycles, and I never really found myself. They were phases to me. They were just hobbies, just to um, take my mind off of what uh, what I was doing, trying not to think about it, and I'm on certain medications and whatnot, and I know right now well, I choose not to watch TV or the news, but I know that there's a heroin epidemic going on right now, and um, I feel that I can help certain people just by sharing my story. I have no PhD. I work at a hospital. I volunteer at a crisis center, but I am not a psychiatrist or social worker or counselor or anything. I'm just a regular dude. Um, and sometimes that's what people need, you know. I felt like that's what I would need. I hated the psychiatrist trying to tell me what was wrong with me. I needed someone who had who had been through it, and I feel that I qualify. I've been through it. It's a horrible addiction is a horrible um, disease. It really is. I mean, it took my whole life from me, and I had this awakening, and ever since then, I feel like my life has been complete. I know what my purpose is. I just want to help people spread knowledge and love and happiness and caring. And um, that's it. I mean, there's no real God that I found. I found power and energy and meditation. And I mean, I experiment with all sorts of things. Right now, I'm reading a book about Islam. I just got finished um, reading the Gita. I mean, I'm all over the place, but I'm taking information from all of these sources and making it something that I can relate to, something that says, hey, do you feel good meditating or doing yoga or, I mean, there's so much out there. And then there's the universal side, like the universe itself. I mean, what is it? There's the knowledge side, the wanting to know, the drive for more knowledge. So, there's both aspects, but I feel like that saved my life. That I needed to be a soldier and get through this, and I did. And I know there are people out there that have the same exact thing as I do. I know that for a fact. Um, Having them actually come out and say like, yes, you know, not. I just want to help people, and I don't expect to to get all these crazy responses or anything. But if anyone in particular has a question about my story, I mean, my story is in length. I'm actually writing a book, not for anybody. I'm not getting it published. Um, it's for me, but in it is my whole life story. The start of drug abuse, where I believe it came from, where I believe it stemmed from, to the drug abuse itself, to the recovery, to the relapse, to the recovery again, but then to the, like, I call it like, it was my experience. I went through something that completely changed my life. I mean, I was miserable for a really long time, depression and wanting to take my own life, and I didn't have a purpose. I didn't know why I was here. I was confused. I was sad. And then one day, I asked the world. I said, "Please, like, what am I doing wrong? Somebody please help me." And I screamed and I cried at night, and the next morning, um, everything seemed brighter, and I felt maybe I could start today, and that was July 22nd. I've never had an experience like that, and I don't believe in, like, e- spirits and souls. I believe in, extraterrestrial, like, people being healed. Yeah, this was a spiritual awakening. That's what I honestly, if I had to classify, I don't want to classify it, but for other people to understand it, I don't know how else. Like, I try explaining it to my girlfriend. It's not easy to explain. It really isn't. I get this core energy in my core, right in my heart chakra. This burning sensation of happiness, and I want to spread that. I want to talk to people. I want someone to say, "Hey, look, I had the same experience," or "Try this," or "Maybe you should do this," or I want people to respond. I want people to realize that they don't have to live the way they're living. If you're living in sadness, you don't have to. There's a way out. It's a very, very simple way out. You just have to, I believe you have to love yourself. I hated myself. I hated myself. I truly did. And now I find myself loving me and loving everyone else. You know, I hated everyone else before too. I know this is like, coming out of left field and all this shit. I've held in a lot of this from the public. I mean, obviously, um, other people know about this, but it's different sharing something with the world. I mean, YouTube. This is the world can see this. Um, and I understand people like unsubscribed, and I'm not doing it for the subscriptions or for the for the views. I don't. Um, I just want you to watch it, and if you can, if you connect in any way, if you hear anything or you have information, I just want to come into contact and just to share information, knowledge, happiness. That's all I'm looking to do. I'm not trying to go top of the charts. I'm just trying to share my story and maybe help somebody or have somebody help me because every day is a practice. I practice every day. You know, this is not an easy thing. The world, bills, you know, work, the things that people make miserable, I make happy now. I love work. I love bills. Every bill I get, I love it. I love everything because everything is perfect. I want to see the response I get and whether, whether or not I get in touch with anybody. And if I do, then I will continue to share the experiences and um, you know, the experiences and the knowledge that I have. Um, that's all I want. So I appreciate for, you know, you, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. If you're watching this, if you got all the way to the minute 11, what are we at? 11. Thank you just for listening. And I hope somehow this could motivate you or make you think or make you want to share something or open the door for somebody or whatever. And I appreciate that. So thank you. And hopefully I will see everybody soon.